But I thought knight d7 would have made sense because I can then take his knight. But then I just thought if I'm losing my pawn, I'm kind of getting crushed. But apparently the engine likes it. But then again, in that position, even though the engine said it was like plus 0.6, that's really hard for me to play. I wouldn't have been able to do much. Why am I playing against more 1900s? Sure. Oh, John Walton. I've dropped back down to 1827. You taking the piss? How did I lose 4 elo against that guy? He was like a million times higher rated than me. I usually go for knight f3 in the Nimzo. I know queen c2 is like the classical move, but I don't know theory. I'm gonna go bishop g5. And then just e3. E3 like queen c2, bishop e3, shit like this. So I think we take on d5 first. What if we now take on c5? I'm gonna take on c5. I expect knight takes. I'm just gonna go like, okay, he's going for this. He wants to go here. So I can go queen c2 here. Bishop d3 takes, knight takes, queen takes. Is that fine? I think queen c2 is the only move. After knight e4. What do I do after knight e4? Bishop d3 takes, bishop takes. Do I castle? Castling seems fucking crazy. Problems with casting because bishop takes, and then my position is just getting really awkward. If I don't castle or don't figure out a way to over defend my knight, maybe just rook c1. Is that fine? I think rook c1 actually. Yeah, no, rook. I'm pretty sure I've had a similar position. I remember missing rook c1. And if he takes, we go takes, and there's no takes, so he'll take here, and then I think I'll be okay. Then bishop d3. Okay, so rook c1. Hey Peter, welcome. How you doing? Good to see you here once again. I'm playing classical right now. But I've just been put up against a really high rated player, lost, and then I've been put up against another really high rated player, so it's a bit annoying. So I think just bishop h4. If I go, I mean, is he gonna go for g5 either way? I think bishop f4 is fine because we control this diagonal a little bit. Okay, so there's no way to stop it, so I'll just say rook c1, queen takes a2. Yeah. But then I was thinking on a bishop d3. I mean, there was no way I could stop it anyway, was there? I could go here now, hit the rook, and then after knight takes, knight takes. Because at least I'll have an active knight. I guess I've got that going for me. And then takes. Bishop d3. And there's no retreat for the knight, although he takes here. Ah. So maybe I go here, and if he takes, you open up the h-file. I can even take with the f-pawn, and then with castle, got the open f-file to work with. Maybe. I don't know. Bishop g3 makes most sense, but bishop e5 looks okay. Because then if he does take, we take with the bishop. But I'd expect knight takes. Then after knight takes, if he takes here... I can't see what I'm doing. Like, I just feel like my position is way too cramped. Like, bishop e4 seems like a freeing move, if that makes sense. And a knight on e5 wouldn't be too bad. But what do I do after he... Well, if he takes here, obviously I take the rook, so I'd expect takes, knight takes. And then what do I do? If I go here, does he have this move? Probably not, because then I go here. And if he takes, that does alleviate some pressure. I'm gonna go bishop g3. It just seems like the safest option. Because if I can ever get knight d4 and like, I don't know, bishop d3 or something. Problem is, I might have to just go bishop e2, because if I ever go bishop d3, he just takes here, pressures my bishop. I suppose I could always just castle, but then after takes. I think I might be alright. And he takes this is getting too much. Like, just let me castle. I didn't even see that knight could take. Oh fuck. Can I go here? Because then he's forced to take. But I lose this pawn regardless. So here it takes. I have to take with the pawn, and then he takes here. Then do I have this, and then if he blocks, check, takes, castles, and I'm just down a pawn. But it's better than being down a fucking queen or something, I suppose. Cause I'm gonna lose this pawn no matter what. Like, if I go bishop e2, he takes, and I castle. But this at least gives me some activity. I just want to play some opponents similar to my elo. Hashtag activity, wee senorita. What the fuck? What are you doing? Like, is he... I don't understand that move. Queen b2? We defend the pawns. There's no discoveries. Queen b2 if he goes knight e3. a4, sorry. Queen b3. If he goes back, we just repeat. Oh no, because he goes here, and then if we go here, he just takes. Should I actually be worried in this position? What about just... Actually no, queen here, then we go check. I'm gonna go for queen b3. Okay, but now what? Maybe yeah. Opponent's coaching me like crazy. I resign after 20 minutes, and I resign. I mean, I don't think he's cheating. I think he's just a better player than me. He's played over 1,400 games, man. Yeah, I mean, I just think he's a good player. And I can't blame him for that. You know, nothing wrong with being good at the game. But I want to use this as an opportunity to improve. So I'm immediately thinking this, but then after here, takes, doesn't work, so he has to move. And I get my bishop into b4 and we hit the queen, so this actually looks alright. Because if I can trade off this knight for my shitty bishop, I might be able to get something. Because again, if I can get my knight into d5 and just unravel a little bit, I'm going to go for this. No, because he just takes it with his fucking knight because I'm an idiot. Oh yeah, I'm cheating, 100%. Yeah. I could even go queen b4. And if he takes, we take, and we've sort of fixed our problems. Except we're just really inactive, piece-wise. This is also a move because we hit the piece, so if he goes here, we go here. He has to then retreat the bishop. I mean, we're gaining some activity here, which I like. Bishop b5 is also a plan. Hashtag shitty bishop, for real though. This is the shittiest bishop. But it could be useful. But I need to figure out how to make it useful. I do need to be careful moving the bishop though, because that's always a problem, isn't it? Honestly, I just think queen b4 makes the most sense and try and take it to an endgame. Because if he retreats, I do then get a little bit of activity. I'm going to go for queen b4. And there's no check because we just take. No, it depends. Which way do I want to take back? Usually we want to take towards the center. But I don't know. I'll probably take with the a pawn if he does take. I'll have to think a little bit harder. So he can just retreat the queen, but if he retreats the queen, knight d4. Although, where will he retreat the queen? Let me think. Knight d4, if he takes... Do we take? Here? Because then we're threatening the pawn and the bishop, so we have to retreat, and then we just win this pawn. So... Oh no. Smoke and study. Exactly. That's the life. The question is, can I outplay this guy in an endgame? Because my endgame technique recently has improved, but it hasn't been ideal. He doesn't even have like b6, but I think I'll just take. I just hope he goes like queen c7. So if he wants to retreat the queen, he has to go all the way to d8. Knight d4, hitting the bishop. And then I think we're just like unraveling quite nicely. So he would have to retreat the bishop, or maybe go queen f6 or something, or queen d7. But I think then we take, queen takes, and I don't know. Once I castle my king, I should be okay. But then it just, again, comes down to endgame technique and whether I can play endgames, which is notoriously one of my biggest weaknesses. Or it used to be, at least. It still definitely is. I haven't really studied any endgames. But still got plenty of time left, so I can try and calculate more. Okay, so I think I take with the a pawn, because we hit the knight. Where does the knight go? The knight retreats. I think I'm then just happy to bring my knight into d4. And we get... I might even just take with a b pawn, because then at least we get the open c file to work with. So the knight retreats, so let's say knight here. Knight retreat is bad for you? What do you mean? Well, I'm not trying to attack his king, I'm playing endgame here. But if he retreats the knight, I get the open c file, and he has to retreat the knight somewhere. If he goes here, we just take. So I'm going to take with the c pawn. So the knight's now attacked twice. Once by a pawn. If he goes here, I think I'm fine with just rook c7. That's a pretty nice looking rook. If knight e6, I then just... I don't know, knight d4, and if he takes... Okay, he takes here first. That's fine. So I think, obviously I take back with the h-pawn. If I try and take the knight, he takes here. So we take back. And I'm now hitting this pawn and the knight. So I think... I don't know. This looks very drawing, but... it's not clear. And then I think I take this pawn, surely? Maybe, because now we're hitting this pawn, we're threatening rook c7. Oh no. Knight e4? In which position? Here? Knight e4? Is that really a threat? I don't know, I don't think so. I was thinking maybe like rook d5, we hit this pawn, so he defends that. Maybe going here, but then we take here. Bishop takes. Rook c7, we should just be better. 3, 4, 5 against 4, and 2 incredibly active rooks. Do I have a better move? Because I think with the idea with rook d6 as well is this king's not getting anywhere. And if he exchanges, that's fine. This pawn's still under siege. So I think just rook d6 makes plenty of sense. There's no real problem with that, I don't think. So here, takes. Oh, we've then got f3. Absolute PogChamp move. So he has to just, I don't know, his bishop's trapped. If he goes for that line. I think I should be fine. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna go as far as saying I should win, but positionally this, like if I was up against a low rated opponent, I would easily win this. Like if I was playing good. Blooming crazy that is. I guess he saves his pawn. Okay, but can we go for takes? Takes. Probably not. That seems too far. I was immediately thinking of this move, because then that comes with some threats. But I think just knight d4, that's a really nice central square. So knight d4 is logical. He can go here to try and win this pawn. And there's no f3 tricks there, but I think I just go king f1. Or maybe is there an f3 trick? f3 takes. And then he has to move when we take here. I think f3. And we undouble our pawns. The more that gets exchanged, the happier I am. Like, I'm happy to play for a draw here. So he has to what? Go here? Or back? So I can go immediately for this move. I could just take. Be up 2 pawns. Takes. I'm just gonna take a free pawn. Or for a draw? I mean, he'll accept it if I do. KD2 for the memes. And where does he go? If he goes here, I think I'm going here. Yeah, let's go KD2, just for memes. Defend our pawn, attack the bishop. He can't go here, or here. Okay, so he goes all the way back. And then I think rook c7, we're just getting so much activity. Yeah, it's gonna be hard for him to double up Rook, so with my Rook on c7. He can't go here. So he has to defend this pawn. If he goes b6, we take here. So Rook b8 probably. And he resigns. Boys! Let's fucking go! 27 moves, holy shit! I'm so glad I came back from that. Because my position was horrible. Or it felt horrible. But let's see, was I really that much worse? Like... Okay, it's not even as bad as I thought it would have been. Like, it's -1 roughly. But he just let me untangle a lot here. And now I'm just... Yeah. And from this position I was really comfortable because I was winning a bunch of pawns. Everything was good. So what was it? Knight d4, best move. Rook d7. f3 is up there, that's fine. He takes... Rook c7 immediately, it's fine, but Rook takes d5 is fine. Rook c7... Ooh, KD2 number 1 move, let's go boys. And he wants bishop g6, that's fine, and then Rook c7, it's just +4. So the idea was, if he tries to defend here, we get this check, and we win the exchange. If he tries to defend the pawn this way, we take. If he doesn't defend, we just take the pawn. Engine wants Rook h8. And I probably would have just taken the pawn. But he goes for this and gets some activity. I was considering knight f5 check in this position to exchange some pieces. But Engine doesn't like that. Engine only likes it now. But yeah. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you don't have to castle. The only reason not castling in this position worked is because by the time we got into this position, we didn't have queens on the board. I had the open H file to work with, and we're already in an endgame. So castling would have been stupid. I want a free pawn, and I want to get my king just up to the center to win the endgame. And it was impossible for me to castle earlier on. But I'm so happy with that. We just beat a... He's 2000 rated in Blitz, and we just beat him in a classical game. Well, that's getting saved to a study.